What's up there, everybody? So today in this video, I'll be checking out Stalker 2 on the ROG Ally Extreme. In this video, I'll be showing you the different settings I'm using as well as the performance I'm getting with the Ally. Now, before we get started, I want to thank Xbox for sending out a PC Game Pass code so I could check out Stalker 2. Stalker 2 is available with PC Game Pass, so if you happen to have a subscription, you could go ahead and check this out for yourself. I'll try to leave a link in the description down below as well as a pinned comment where you could get a free 2-week trial for PC Game Pass if you're a new member. So in this video, I am going to show you two different methods of playing this game. You could play it on device and download it yourself and run it through the hardware, or you could play it through the cloud with PC Game Pass. I'll have a timestamp in the video description down below so you can actually jump to the two if you want to check that out. Traditionally, I like to give a 720p setup as well as a 1080p setup, but this game is just too demanding, so I'm just going to give a 720p and it's going to run around 30 frames per second. Now the TDP or the wattage that I'm using is the max turbo wattage at 25 watts, and then when plugged in I'm going to be using the 30 watts. It's best to just play this while you're plugged in just to get the best performance. As for the settings, we're going to go into the options, and there are a few things you want to change. So going into graphics, you have to set it all the way to low, and then I'm going to scroll down, and there is one thing that I did change, and that would happen to be the motion blur strength. So I set that all the way to 0. FSR is set to performance. You could also set that to ultra performance. Go back and forth and see what changes for you. I didn't really see too much of a difference. The next thing is display. By default, for some reason, mine was set to borderless. You're going to want to set that to exclusive full screen and then set the resolution to 720. By default, this was 1080. For everything else, you can leave as is. I have VSync enabled. I did see frame tearing, so if you want to go ahead and set VSync, do that. It did help out with that frame tearing. So to jump right into it, we're in some standard combat. This is within the beginning of the game, so there's no spoilers. And as you see here, we are running around the 30 frames per second. It is going to go up. It's going to go down in some situations. I did see some hiccups here and there, but overall, it does run around that 30 FPS on average. It will bump up when you go into a building or in smaller spaces, but majority of the time in the open space, you are going to get that 30 FPS. As you see there with that hiccup I was talking about, it did drop down to 25 FPS, but that just happens here and there. As you see here, looking down at the ground, it does go up to around 60 FPS. So obviously the more that the game has to render, the lower that FPS is going to be. But on average, when you're looking around the world, it does hover around that 30 to 35. 35 on max, 30 on the average. And then depending on where you are within a building, it could go anywhere up to 60. But my favorite way to play this game is on the cloud. This is available on the cloud with Xbox Game Pass. So if you happen to have that, you could launch Stalker 2 and it will launch with the cloud. And the best part about this is that it does not demand anything from the ROG Ally. So you can actually go into your settings. You could set a manual TDP to as low as possible, set all the sliders to the left, and have a 7 watt going at all times. This does not ramp up anywhere higher than 10 watts because it doesn't demand it, because it's all streaming through the cloud. If you happen to have a capable internet service, this is the best way to go. I've done this with the tether off my smartphone and it worked perfectly fine. Now, if you are going to play through the cloud, there is one setting you do have to change. I've noticed this on my main PC as well as the ROG Ally. Go into the display, go down to gamma and pump it up. This is dark for some reason on the cloud. So you're going to want to set that gamma up. I think by default it's at 50. As you see here, I have it at 76. But as you see here, 60, 70 FPS, the game is running smoothly. This is all on the cloud. It's demanding no power whatsoever out of the ROG Ally. As you see there, 7 watts manual TDP, dropping down to 6 watts. This is going to give you the best battery performance on the ROG Ally if you happen to have the internet to back it up. Like I said, I've done this off the Wi-Fi on my phone and this has worked perfectly fine. So definitely a option to try out. So that was Stalker 2 on the ROG Ally. If you happen to have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Once again, thanks to Xbox for the code. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this video helped you out. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.